It is sweltering hot, like my neck is all sweaty, and that's disgusting in TMI. But hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone's had a wonderful time since the last time we saw each other. It is 40 degrees Celsius out, which is hot. But anyways, I really wanted to make this video. I've been like conflicted about what video I want to make, and yeah, since exams are over, I was like, there is no rush to make a video, and there's no rush to make a certain kind of video because I have all the time in the world to finally film and upload content regularly on a schedule. So but anyways, so for today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, we are reading fantasy books for a week, and I'm hoping to finish a book a day. And I'm just gonna push myself. I'm just going to kind of push myself, sorry, because I feel like I'm slightly behind on my reading schedule because the past month, 2 months, 3 months, I've been studying, had mocks, had exams, and it's been stressful. And so I've been reading, but I've only exclusively read romances, be it dark or just fluffy light romances. And so I really want to read fantasy books, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 fantasy books to read. So I was like, you know, this is going to be a good way to push myself to get out of that slump. So let's do it. So the book I really want to read today is a book I actually got in the mail, which I ordered. So you guys can unbox this with me. Okay, so this book specifically, I've seen a lot on TikTok, a lot on certain sides of TikTok, and it's very famous, and it's been marketed as unnecessary. So this book has been marketed as a fantasy rom-com. I've never read a rom-com fantasy, like, and I'm actually genuinely so excited. Like, when I saw this for the first time on TikTok, and I saw this a while back, I got really excited, and I really wanted to read a book, like read this book. Okay, so the 2 books that I got in the mail today are these 2, which is Twin Crowns and Cursed Crowns. Cursed Crowns just came out. This is the second part of Twin Crowns. Twin Crowns follows 2 twin sisters that were separated at birth. One is the heir to the throne, and the other has been kind of raised to bring down the heir to the throne. So we're going to be following 2 love stories. One, if I'm right, is a bodyguard romance and a fake dating. I'm not sure if there's fake dating. I don't know if I'm saying that right or wrong. And the other, I'm not sure. I don't remember at all, but I think it's an anniversary. But yeah, this has like court politics, this has secret mission, high stakes plot, all the stuff I love. We're gonna do this, we're gonna read this, and you guys are gonna be here with me. Okay, I look like I have not slept in a while, and I have not. But okay, it is day 3, and I read Twin Crowns. This was the first book that I read. Absolutely ate this up. I would have read this faster if I didn't have a lot of stuff to do in between, and if I wasn't feeling lazy in between. Like, I can definitely see myself like reading this in a day, but it was insanely good. Like 5 stars. Like, I have no words. It was so good. It's basically these 2 twin sisters, and they were separated at birth. This one was raised as a princess, and this one was, you know, taken to the land of the witches because she was a witch. And in this kingdom, the kingdom of Iana, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, basically, in the kingdom of Iana, witches are like killed because they're seen to be the bad guys, especially after the war. So, you know, she's been raised as like this witch hating girl, and she's been raised as a witch, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm going to do something that's going to be like insane. So the witches basically train her. She and her best friend kidnap her, and then she replaces her while she is being taken to the land of the witches. And it's crazy good. So it's a rom-com fantasy. It made me laugh multiple times. The romances were amazing. We had 2 separate romances for each sister. So we had one romance which was basically like an enemies to lovers, forced proximity, and kind of reluctant romance with the aspect of a forbidden, but like the forbidden was just like in the back of her mind, and the other romance was like a forbidden bodyguard romance, and it was absolutely amazing, especially the ending, to the point where I was like, okay, this ending was kind of like a cliffhanger almost-ish. Do I want to read the next book right after this? Because it's sitting right there. Sitting right here. It is called Cursed Crowns. And I was like, do I want to read this next? And I decided, no, I'm going to read something else, and then I'm going to come back to this so that I have incentive to read something else. The book I am reading, which is my something else, is going to be A Far Wilder Magic. This I've had for a while. It's basically a sharpshooter and a, I think, wannabe or a failed magician going to the woods or the forest or something like this. Hold on. Margaret is the best sharpshooter in town. She needs an alchemist, and Weston Winters isn't an alchemist yet. He has been fired from every apprenticeship he's landed, and his last chance hinges on Master Welty taking him in. So she allows him to stay. He wants to join the hunt with her. They go on a hunt together, and that seems wonderful. So I'm going to start this now, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Because this does not seem it's 368 pages, so I think we'll do this in a day. Alright, so it is the end of day 4 is ending. I haven't read much because I had like a social obligation today and I was busy all day. So I've read like 1/3 of the book, and it's actually really fun. I'm enjoying it. I'll see how far I can read. But the action's kind of picking up. They're about to start the hunt. It's really exciting. So I'm probably gonna have lunch tonight and see where this goes. Okay, it's like 12 a.m., 12:10 a.m., and I just finished A Far Wilder Magic, and I loved it so much. I don't know, I haven't read a book that made me feel like this. And so, I know I said this about Twin Crowns too, but this book made me feel a little different from Twin Crowns. But wow, I've missed fantasy so much, and it was just so much fun to read. Like, I don't know, I loved Margaret, and I loved Wes, and I think I have a thing for book guys named Wes, because he was absolutely wonderful to read, and he was so whipped, and he was so in love, and this was a slow burn, and I haven't read a slow burn in such a long time. And this slow burning, it was amazing. And at one point I had to stop annotating because I was annotating so much, and it was I don't have any words. It was just so good. It was wonderful. It was a cozy fantasy, and it felt so good. And she was a sharpshooter, and he was an alchemist, but he kept failing. And they both had their insecurities. They both had their issues. They both worked like through their issues, and the way that they did it was so mature, and it was just so well done, and it was just so. I was on a journey, like, and I feel like that's what a good fantasy book feels like. Like, oh, I've been on a journey with these characters. Like, I've been through it with these people, and really, I have been on a journey with these people. And it just, I don't know what November me was thinking buying this in hardcover at Indigo on the last day of her trip to Canada, by the way. But November me was smart, and God bless November me, because like June me is very happy. But yes, on to the next book. I'm probably not going to read for the next 2 days because my exam's on Wednesday. But since this is like a 7-day thing, I have 2 days left, and I will come back to you guys on Wednesday. So after my exam, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. So yes, I will see you guys in like a few days, but like in a few minutes. Yeah. I'm a high school graduate. Yeah, I'm done with high school. I've graduated, so I'm finally gonna be able to finish this video. Where did I put my book? It's here. Alright, so the next book and the last book that I'll be reading is Heartless by Marissa Mayer. I have to stay up till 3 anyways today because I have stuff to do, but I will be reading this today. I have to write 4 essays before I start this book. But I'm so excited to start this book because I've heard such good things. It's been on TikTok, it's been making its rounds for a while now, and yeah, so it's been making its rounds on TikTok for a while now, but I've always heard that you cry near the ending, and I've been putting it off because of that. So I will be reading this. It is a standalone, like Queen of Heart, like Wonderland retelling before she became the Queen of Heart, or how she became the Queen of Heart. So we will be reading this. So I finished Heartless and I was doing it in bed, and I feel like you guys can very much tell that I was in my bed because of my hair. I am heartbroken. I don't know how to live, and I have the overwhelming urge to cry. That is all I'm gonna say. It was a great book, but I am hurt. I am hurt by it and the ending, and I knew the ending because I'd seen spoilers on TikTok and I knew what was coming, but that was so unnecessarily painful. My heart's beating fast. That's how sad I feel. Hey guys, I was editing and I realized I did not make an outro for the video, so thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making the video. It was very fun. I loved reading these fantasy books and I can't wait to read more of them. And if you guys like this video, please like it, subscribe, and leave a comment. I will be reading, and I'll be seeing you guys next week.